ask yourself the question, is that where I want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to find a new path to just get to understand yourself. You don't know what you need in your life until you figure out who you are.
Hey everybody, welcome to Impact Theory. You are here, my friends, because you believe that human potential is nearly limitless, but you know that having potential is not the same as actually doing something with it. So our goal with this show and company is to introduce you to the people and ideas that will help you actually execute on your dreams. All right, today's guest is a former monk whose wisdom has truly gone viral. After finishing business school, he turned down lucrative offers from prestigious companies, shaved his head, and hit the road. For 3 years, he traveled across India, Europe, and England, living as a monk, studying, meditating, and building food and shelter programs for those in need. He was definitely in love with what he was doing, but he knew that it didn't scale. So driven by a desire to share what he was learning with as many people as possible, he re-engaged with the world and dove headfirst into learning about the tools and techniques that might allow knowledge to spread as fast as entertainment. And to that end, he joined Accenture, helping them build their digital division while learning about the forces shaping the new digital landscape. He learned fast and quickly became their #1 social media influencer in a company of 400,000 people. Along the way, he also helped advise over 150 executives on their personal brands. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, truly an honor. Oh, man.
Thank you.
It goes both ways. So as I was telling you before we started rolling, in my research, like I normally just go watch all the interviews that people have done, and I've come across you like a million times in researching other people. So I thought, oh, this will be the easiest thing ever. Like this guy will have been interviewed 100 times. And you haven't. Like, it's insane to me. Like, you're pumping out so much content, nobody's nabbed you up yet. So this is going to be really fun to really go deep. Your ideas are clearly very well thought through. So this should be a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm patient.
Yes.
Patient of having the right interviews, the right time, being with the right people, having it be framed correctly. So I'm very honored to be here. I'm a huge fan of the show.
Good, thank you.
So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about, obviously, having lived in London, knowing a little bit about what it's like to grow up as an Indian kid in England, how on earth did you buck the trend of, you once said, growing up in an Indian household, you're either a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So how'd you not fall prey to that?
Yeah, those were my 3 options, right? That was it. There was no 4th option. So according to my parents, family, or the community I grew up in, I'm a failure.
That's crazy.
And how did I buck the trend? I was really, really fortunate that very early on, I started to experiment with what mattered to me. Sometimes that got me in a lot of trouble. What people don't know about me is that I was suspended from school 3 times for trying out all sorts of things, like things that people would never imagine of someone who goes on to be a monk. I was experimenting with all the drugs in the world. I had multiple relationships. I was really trying to search for some sort of meaning, fulfillment. And for as long as I've known, I've been chasing thrill. I really value thrill and feeling like...
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, no, not many people do. It's very different. From 14 to 18, I was like this kid who just wanted to try new things out. And my parents' rhetoric would always be, well, make sure you get good grades. And I used to think, well, if I can be bad and get good grades, then it all works, right? Everyone's happy. So that's kind of what I did. And at 18, I was really fortunate when I met a monk. And this monk was invited to speak. And I kind of just went because one of my friends forced me to. At that time, I was listening to CEOs and entrepreneurs and business people and marketers who I thought that's what I was aspiring to be like. And then I hear this monk. And he captivated me like no one had ever captivated me before. It was like staring at the most beautiful woman on the planet. You know, I was completely fixated on him and his message. And that is the beginning, without me going into too much detail before we probe, that was the beginning of what changed me. Because I went from being someone who did only want all those things to become successful and trying to, but I started hearing my own inner voice much more in all that noise that I had around me. I remember one of my parents had a maths tutor for me because they wanted to be amazing at maths. And I was pretty good at numbers, and I'd have this tutor and he'd tell me that. He goes, the reason that you're struggling with the next question is because you're always worried about what your parents think. And that really stayed in my head. I was just like, wow, so as long as I'm trapped by what my parents think, I can actually never find the answers to the real questions of life. And there are all these little things happening. I lost two great friends when I was 16. One girl died in a car accident. One guy died because he was involved in drugs and violence. That made me rethink everything. I just thought to myself, wait a minute, these were beautiful people, people that I loved, people that, in my opinion, were good people. And I just lost them in a moment. And it was kind of like this collation of little things that just made me think, wait a minute, having money, having fame, that just doesn't seem to add up. And then meeting the monk kind of made that shift possible. And as I said, he was completely captivating. And then I found out that he'd given up jobs in Google and Microsoft to be a monk. And I thought to myself, who does that? You know, he's given up everything that I'm chasing and that all my friends are chasing, but he seems happier than anyone I've ever met before. And he spoke about this incredible principle where he said that we should plant trees under whose shade we do not plan to sit. And he was speaking about this principle of selfless sacrifice. And that kind of just penetrated me right there. When he said the words selfless sacrifice, for the first time in my life, I felt a thrill about something that I'd never felt before. I thought, wow, giving up everything you have for the service of others sounds like the best thing you could possibly do. And I don't know why I had that thought, because I wasn't a spiritual kid growing up. I wasn't a religious kid growing up. I wasn't even a good kid growing up. I was just a rebel, a misfit, trying things out, an experimenter, which I still consider myself. And so what I started to do is I was interning at companies and firms and corporates, thinking I was getting a grad job afterwards. And then I'd spend the rest of my summer holidays interning in India, living with him as a monk. So I'd use all my summer and Christmas holidays to just be out there with the monks. And he introduced me to another 200 to 500 monks that were just like him, just as smart, just as bright, giving up everything they had and using all their skills to make the world a better place.
So I want to go back to why that resonated with you, which is really surprising. So, and maybe you're just, you know, so far ahead of where I was at the time, but that would have sounded absurd to me at that time.
Yeah.
Did you already have a sense of unease that like I'm a rebel without a cause, or like, what was it about that moment? And you seem very aware of yourself. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that some of that awareness was present then. Like, what was that moment?
I believe the moment was I've always had friends who are older than me. And I could see a lot of them in the most successful careers, successful jobs, beautiful partners, whatever it was. But I saw a sense of lack of fulfillment, meaning, and purpose in their lives. And I've always been an observer, and I would see these people who are like 5 years older than me, 7 years older than me, maybe 10 years older than me. And I'd be watching them and go, is that the life I want? And often the advice I give to people today is fast forward where you are, look at yourself in 10, 15, 20 years' time, and ask yourself the question, is that where I want to be? If you're in a company, look at the person who's 20 years ahead of you and ask yourself, is that where I want to be? If you're in a startup, look at where other startups have got to in similar roles and go, is that where I want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to find a new path. And for me, the answer at that time from observing was no. The path that my parents or society or the university I went to or the community I had that was carving out for me, it didn't feel like the path for me. So I was almost seeking an alternative or a new path. I was just so fortunate that it happened to be an uplifting, powerful path as opposed to something that could have actually taken me down the wrong road, because that could have been possible too.
So walk me through the first time you step off the plane in India. It's summer.
And so I'm living there, I'm waking up. I'm almost doing all the practices, just as if you were shadowing a CEO. I'm just shadowing a monk. And so I'm just shadowing his lifestyle. So we wake up, he's like one of the most elite monks. So we're waking up at like 2 a.m. every day after sleeping at like 9 or 10 p.m. And then we study these ancient Vedas, which are 5,000 plus years old, together. And we spend 2 hours, and I'm studying with the best of the best here. So he can like analyze and assimilate, and I'm learning fast, taking notes. Then 4 a.m. we go to collective meditation. We do those practices with the other monks as well. 6 a.m. we have personal meditation. So I'm literally going through the life of a monk and falling in love with it step by step, going, wow, I've never had this experience before. I just threw myself in and I was practicing it to the T, right? It wasn't like, oh no, my back hurts when I sit on the floor, I can't stay here for too long. Or Today when people are like, oh, I can't meditate for longer than 2 minutes. I was like, no, I'm going to do it for 2 hours. If that's what they're doing, I'm going to give it a go. Because I can only test, the hypothesis will only be true if the experiment is carried out to the degree that they are. So if the hypothesis is, if you live like this, you'll be happy, more fulfilled, then I want to do that.
All right, so let's explore this then through the lens of creating one's own perfect life.
Yes.
Which is pretty interesting, especially because I think this is so accurate to the way that most people are. It's not like, oh, there's some grand missing thing in my life, but you took that first action. So codify this for me, or for anybody that they don't know what their ideal life looks like. They just know that they're not living it yet. Mm-hmm. So step number 1 is take it seriously. To find out if the hypothesis is true or not, you have to take the experiment. You have to do it sincerely. Mm-hmm. What comes after that?
I think even one step before that is opening yourself up to new role models and new experiences. See, we live in echo chambers. We're just surrounded by the same thinking. How often do you bump into a monk? It just doesn't happen. No one has a dinner party and goes, oh yeah, we just invited the monk, from town, like the local monk. Like no one ever does that. And so we meet people who are just like us most of the time. And we talk about this in business all the time. If you want to be a billionaire, spend time with billionaires. If you want to be a millionaire, spend time with millionaires. If you want to be a tech startup, spend time with, that's the common rhetoric that we hear all the time. But what if you want to find purpose and master the mind? There's no one better than a monk who's mastered the mind. So for me, the first step is just opening yourself up to new experiences and new role models. Because most of us can't see ourselves in people, so then we try and fit ourselves into the boxes that we do see. And I mean, there's this beautiful quote that I've been saying it everywhere, and I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. So it's by a philosopher and writer named Cooley. And he said that today, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Right? And just let that blow your mind for a moment. It's so powerful. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. So we live in this perception of ourselves. Hence, my identity is made by what my parents think I should be. My identity is made up by what my college or university thinks I should achieve. While you're living in that bubble and that echo chamber, getting to what you really want to do is impossible because maybe that just doesn't fit. And I think so many people feel that way today, that they don't fit into the current education system. They don't fit with the 3 or 4 or 5 careers that you're taught exist. So that process of self-excavation and actualization first requires being exposed. You can't be what you can't see. If I never saw a monk, I would never have wanted to be a monk. If I never meet a billionaire, I wouldn't want to be one because I wouldn't know what that feels like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it takes. And I think that's the biggest challenge of our society, that we're not exposed. So that's the first step, being exposed to unique experiences and role models. Second step is finding that experience or role model that you're passionate about. And exactly like you said, taking it seriously. Shadow them, network with them, spend time with them, observe them, even from afar. It takes that observation, being addicted to observing that person's lifestyle. And then the third step is going yes or no. Does that work for me? Not everyone who's going to go off and become a monk is going to feel like the way I did, and that's cool. But not everyone is going to go and follow and shadow a billionaire and go, that's exactly the lifestyle I want. They may want the result, but do they want the hard work that goes with it? And so for me, that's the third step. It's observing, focusing, shadowing, getting as close to the process of that individual, and then going yes or no. Do I want that process? Not do I want the result? Everyone wants to be that monk who's fully enlightened, can walk through, has an incredible aura that people just gravitate towards. But when you realize he has to wake up at 2 a.m. every day and sleeps about 4 to 6 hours, you're like, I don't want to do that. That doesn't.
All right, family, here we are. Thank you guys so much for jumping on today's call. Man, it looks dark today. Let me get this set up. But if everybody can hear me, see me, can I please get a 1 in the chat box? Let me know if everybody can hear me, see me. Let me get this set up over here on my side. Make sure that, maybe looks a little lighter. There we go. That looks a little better. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on Mornings with Nano. I am super blessed, super grateful to be here with each and every single one of you. And it's Friday. Happy Friday, family. It's so dope to see all of you guys here, back for another great episode. And it's so dope that we could jump on a call. We can see you, but it's really dark. Yeah, we are a little bit late. How does Let me see. Yeah, we got to get right into it, family. So.
Make it lighter. Change the
brightness. Got it. TBD means to be determined or to be decided. But yeah, I already got it. So I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I hope everybody can see me well here. But I'm excited for today because it's another day for us to grow. It's another day for us to get better. And, I got a really, really, good topic for us today. It's actually based off of the audio that we were just listening to. Can you record outside on your balcony to get better lighting? Yeah, but I don't have a setup out there. That's the only thing. I don't really have a setup out here. And the thing is that the light is actually behind me here. So, we got to run it like that. I have 3 lights in front of me, which is so funny. I have 2 ring lights and this, but I mean, it looks better. I don't know. I feel like we were lighter the other day.
It's just because of your angle, the way you're angling the screen too. So fix.
Okay, this might be a little better.
I'm gonna also turn your brightness on your computer.
Yeah, it's all the way up. All right, let's run it.
You gotta get closer.
That's a bit better, right?
You have to get closer.
There we go. All right, so let's get it rocking, guys. Real quick, before we get the call started, let's express some gratitude. What is one thing that we are grateful for this morning? Type it in the chat box. What is one thing that we are grateful for this morning? I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my family, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dadiana. I'm extremely grateful for my team, the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for Hazel. I'm grateful for the house that we live in, the roof over my head, the food that we get a chance to eat. I'm grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community. Sana, who's always played a huge part in this family. I'm grateful for my sis Jasmine, my brother Hansel for, putting a lot of things in play behind closed doors. I'm extremely grateful for I Am Mastery Academy, all my mentors, everybody who's played a part in my success. I'm extremely grateful for them. And I'm super grateful for just everything. And I'm excited for everything that we're going to go over here today. So let me just go right here live on IG real quick so that everybody can. Let me just go right here. Boom. Live. And let's get it rocking. Okay. So today we're going to talk about finding yourself. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that was because last night, at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, we were literally listening to, an audio that my brother Chele put us on to by Jay Shetty. And Jay Shetty, is an author of, one of some amazing books. And he's like one of us, he's super tapped in, very spiritual. He's all about, the meditations and living like a monk. And, I highly recommend you guys to, really, really listen to this audio because it's super dope and it's super inspiring. And he wrote this book. It's called Thinking Like a Monk. And it's impacted a lot of people. I've actually haven't read it. I have it, but haven't read it. But I listened to the audio yesterday of one of the interviews that he had, and he talked about some valuable stuff, right? And he talked about finding yourself, right? And I want you guys to write this down really quick because I feel like You guys really, really, really need to hear this right here. He said, the best way to find yourself, okay, is to lose yourself in the service of others. I'm going to repeat that one more time. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Okay? It's going to take some time for you to catch that one because it took me to repeat it like 3 times to myself to catch it. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And when he said that, it took me some time to get it. Like I heard him say it and then Chele replayed it. I heard him say it and then I had to say it to myself to finally get it. Okay. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Okay. Now let's break that down. Let's talk about that. Okay. Because I feel like, it's important that you guys understand what this means and what it's all about. So we talk about finding ourselves and who we truly are, and this is very important. Okay, and this is very deep. Okay, and a lot of us, we're on this journey to success, enlightenment, peace, abundance, and in order for us to truly find out who we really are, okay, we can't make it about us. All right. We can't make it about us. We got to make it about others. Okay. And the only true way to find yourself, all right, is to lose yourself in the service of others. Okay. Which means is that you must become a true servant of other people. You must become somebody that loves to serve and loves to help other people. That's going to be the only way that you truly find yourself, is by losing yourself in the service of other people. Okay. And what tends to happen is, guys, we never get a chance to find out who we really are because we don't have that servanthood of helping others. We're all about what can others do for me? What can the company do for me? What can this person do for me? We're always so focused on what can people do for us. But in reality, in order for us to truly find out who we really are, we have to lose ourselves and sacrifice everything in the service of other people. And the reason why that hit me different, okay, the reason why that hit me different, family, I want you guys to understand this, is because I've lost myself in the service of others. And that's the reason why I've been able to find out so much more about myself. Okay, that's how I've been able to find out more about my true powers, my true potential, is because every day I wake up, okay, and people think, yeah, Mornings with Nano is only an hour. But no, it's not actually. Mornings with Nano is 3-4 hours because of the preparation that it takes before the call. You guys understand that? I'm up 6:30, 7 a.m. majority of the time, which means that from then till like about now when we start, we're looking at about 2 to 3 solid hours of preparation that it takes before I jump on this call. And then it's an hour on the call, at least. So I do this to serve. This is my purpose. This is what fuels me. This is what I love to do. This is what my passion is. Okay, it's to serve others. Okay, it's to grow myself so that I can pour into my family, the Mornings with Nano family. Okay, and I do it Monday through Friday every single week, and I've been doing this since June of 2019. Next month it'll be 3 years. June 20th of next year, it will be 3 years since I started Mornings with Nano. And I'll tell you guys what, because I've done that, I found out more of who I am. I found out what my purpose is. I found out what my true intentions are on this world. I've grown a closer relationship with God. I've understood the importance of reacting versus responding. I've understood the importance of detachment. I've understood the importance of environment, of my energy, of so much more than you guys can ever imagine. And in this audio and in this video, he talks about all of this stuff. And, one of the things that he talked about outside of the selfless service was the importance of detaching yourself, okay, from certain outcomes, from certain people, from individuals, situations, circumstances, detachment. Because what we have a lot of is we attach ourselves to certain outcomes. We attach ourselves to the expectations of other people. We attach ourselves to, certain individuals, but in reality, the real key in life is to be detached. Okay, which means you can keep everything close enough to you, all right, but still not be able to have a certain expectation towards that individual or that situation, which is what we talk about. And I see Juliana and Q put it in the chat: connected to everything, but attached to nothing. Connected to everything, right? I'm connected to everything, but I'm attached to nothing. What does that mean? That I am connected to certain people, I'm connected to certain individuals, situations, certain circumstances, okay? But I'm not attached. Because the moment you attach yourself to a specific thing, okay, the moment you attach yourself to a specific thing and that thing doesn't meet your requirements, it doesn't meet your expectations, you are hurt. And what I love about what he said something very powerful. He said this. He said, detachment doesn't mean you own nothing. It means that nothing owns you. Write that down. Detachment doesn't mean you own nothing. It means that nothing owns you. That's what it means. This is important that you guys understand that, because just because I detach myself doesn't mean that I don't own anything. I'm connected. Remember, we are connected regardless. But the thing is that nothing owns me. No person owns me. No situation owns me. No failure, no success, no amount of money, no materialistic thing owns me. I'm detached, okay, but I'm connected. And this is what you guys need to understand. Nothing owns you. The situation that you're in doesn't own you. All right? It doesn't own you right now. And I need you guys to understand that that's mad important. Too many of us allow certain situations in our life to own us because we are attached to the situation. We are attached to the past experience. We are attached to what that person did to us. We are attached to the expectation of other people. So if you are attached to the past, then the past owns you. If you are attached to a specific person, that person owns you. If you are attached to a certain thought, that thought owns you. Okay? And understanding this is so key. Remember, nothing owns you. Nothing. Nothing is going to own you. And this is so important for us to understand. And if we want to find ourselves this summer, if we want to put ourselves in a position where we really, really take it up to another level and we turn it up a notch, we're going to have to find ourselves during this time. And remember what it said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of other people. So this summer for me, yes, am I going to focus on myself? Yes. Am I going to do some solitude? I'm going to spend some time alone. Yes, I am. Absolutely. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to lose myself in the service of other people, helping others get to the next level, helping others finding out their true purpose, helping others figure out a morning routine. Because like my brother Jay Miles just said, the service to many is what leads to greatness. And that was so powerful for me to hear that yesterday. Because I know so many of us are in the process of finding ourselves. And it's something we all need and we all need to understand. And we got to continuously always be growing ourselves, pouring into ourselves, making sure that our morning routine is always on point. This is why I will continuously bring this up, and I will continuously make sure that everybody remembers, all right, that the morning routine is the key. The morning routine is the key. And somebody in the chat asks, how do you know when you lose yourself? Well, you got to think about it. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to serve others? Are you willing to wake up early? Are you willing to read the books? Are you willing to stay up late? Are you willing to do things that you've never done? Okay. And get rid of the old version of you and create a new version of you. Because remember, losing yourself means losing the old you. You got to lose the shy you, the person that's filled with doubts, with fears, with insecurities. You have to lose that version of yourself in order for you to find the new version. Your new life requires you to sacrifice your old one. Make sure you write that down. Your new life requires you to sacrifice the old one. And some of you have not yet sacrificed that old version of you just yet. So we got to get rid of who that old version of you is. Does that old version of you doubt themselves? You got to get rid of that. Does the old version of you lack belief in themselves? And the new version of you, you got to get rid of that person, because the new version of you does believe in themselves. You have to identify what the old version of you is, identify it, get rid of it. That is no longer you. That is no longer your reality. Okay. And now this is the new you. This is the new you. Because the old way, the old you wasn't serving you. Because if the old way was serving you, you would be where you want to be at. You would be happy with where you are. But since the old way hasn't served you right, the old way hasn't got you to where you want to go to, the old way of you honestly doesn't even really serve 100%. So then that means that there needs to be a shift. There needs to be something different that comes about. And that's why I always tell people, and old friends of mine that see me doing this business, and sometimes they jump on my Instagram, and they see me on Instagram, and they see the post, and they see me speaking, and sometimes they can't even believe it. They're like, Nano, it's crazy that this is what you do. Because what I remember from Nano is, the class clown, the kid who was in the streets, messing around. That's all they remember. That's all they remember. They could never, they can't even fathom the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing. The fact that I speak to hundreds and thousands of people every day. The fact that I speak on stages in different countries. That I travel the world, that I'm a crypto investor, that I live in Miami. Sometimes it's hard for certain people that grew up with me to accept that. Okay? And sometimes for people it's hard, but for me, I accepted it. Okay? And this is important. All right. And he covered something that was very important that I want you guys to write down. Okay. And this is something that all of us need to know. Okay. And what I call it myself is something that he called yesterday is the 3 H's, the 3 H, right? Which is head, heart, and hand. Head, heart, and hand, right? Jay Shetty talked about this yesterday. He said, and this is how you're going to be able to create that new version of you is with these 3 things right here. Okay, so I want you guys to remember this and I want you guys to write this down. Head, heart, and hand. Now let's start with the head. Okay, the head has a lot to do with your clarity of vision, your ability to navigate, and your ability to make decisions. Are you clear on exactly what you want moving forward? Remember, the old version of you didn't know what they wanted. The old version of you was confused. They were lost. That was me. When my baseball career came to an end, guys, at the end of, the 2017 year, and I had to hang them up, right? It was a tough time for me. And, I've told you guys a story where I fell into basically, I would say, I wouldn't say depression, but I was in a very tough place. We call that rock bottom. I was at rock bottom at that very moment right there. Okay. As a matter of fact, put a 2 in the chat box if you've ever hit rock bottom, right? Rock bottom, to describe it is that place in your life where you feel lost, you feel confused, you don't have no energy to really go out there and do what you're supposed to do. You lack desire. You have no clear direction as to where you're going, what you're going to do with life. It's a very, dark place in your lifetime, right? I've been there before. And it sounds like a lot of you guys have been there before as well. Okay. And during that time, okay, I developed a lot of bad habits. I developed a lot of negative thought patterns, doubts, fears, insecurities. I developed them during that time. And like I always teach guys, at rock bottom comes your biggest blessing. Okay, I was then introduced to this business. I was introduced to the concept of personal development. And what I started to do was I started to get rid of my old version of myself. And now I started to develop a new version of myself. But in order for me to develop a new version of myself, I needed to understand the importance of my vision. That's what the head is for, clarity of vision. Okay, are you clear on what you want for 2022? Are you clear on what you want to accomplish this summer? Guys, look at it. It's May 27th. Next week, it's already June. My birthday is June 1st, so that's the first day of June, and that's on Wednesday. June is right around the corner. Look at how fast the time has passed. It just feels like the other day we were in January. It just feels like the other day it was February, and look, it's already June. It's already month number 6. I remember when we were talking about the first 90 days. I remember when we were talking about just the first quarter. So look at how powerful everything is. So we must understand, number one, when it comes to your head, you must focus on the clarity of vision. I know what my vision is. I know what I want to accomplish. I know what it is that we're going to do long term here. But it's also about the importance of navigating, understanding that, things are going to happen, being able to navigate through the loopholes and the things that comes with life. Okay. And this is so important for all of us to understand. You got to learn how to navigate. Life is going to come with obstacles. Life is going to come with, structures and, challenges and triumphs and ups and downs, but you got to know how to navigate. But most importantly, you got to learn how to make a decision every day. Because you see, people, they say that decisions change lives. But remember, a decision has to be made every day. For example, you guys made a decision to jump on Mornings with Nano today. Now, real quick, if you jumped on Mornings with Nano all 5 days this week, put a 5 in the chat box. Because all 5 days, that means that you made a decision to jump on Mornings with Nano. So you really got to understand the importance of making decisions. Because every day is a decision. Every day you got to decide. Every day you got to decide to become that better version of yourself. Every day you got to decide to read that book, listen to that audio, do that morning routine. Every day you got to study. Every day you got to decide if you want to post or not. Every day you got to decide if you're going to show up and show love or if you're going to show up and be down on yourself, right? You know, I want to make sure that you guys understand this. And I want to give a huge thank you to every single one of you guys that jumped on all 5 days. Because that means that you are making the right decision every day. You're making the decision to pour into yourself. You're making the decision to make sure that everybody around you is growing as well. And that's important. Okay, so the head has to do with your clarity of vision, with navigating and understanding the importance of making decisions. Okay, that's your head. All right, your heart. And it's so funny because it has a lot to do with what we talked about yesterday and throughout the week. Mind space, heart space, right? Your heart has to do with understanding your intuition, your connection, the deeper meaning. Really feeling what it is that you're on your way up to. The heart is one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of your body and of everything. Because without your heart, there's nothing. And without the feelings, there's nothing. Because remember, like we always say, the feeling is the secret. So you got to remember, guys, you want to have your head, your heart, and your hand all in alignment. With your heart being the feelings, the intuition, your emotions, you know, really, really feeling it. Okay? And then your hand is your service, passing it on, paying it forward. You got to pay it forward. You got to have your head in the right place. You got to have that clarity of vision. Okay? You got to have your heart in the right place when it comes to your intuition, your connection with God, okay, your feelings, you know, feelings of joy, peace, true happiness, abundance, enlightenment. And then once you're able to reach that, you give your hand to the next person and you serve others now. This is what I've been doing over the last few years, guys. I've been working on my head and my heart, but at the same way that I'm working on my head and my heart, I'm giving my hand. Because I know that the things that I've worked on in my head and in my heart are things that we all need. I see the happiness that I experience on a day-to-day basis, the joy, the fulfillment, the enlightenment that I'm experiencing each and every single day. I want everybody to live like this. I want everybody to feel these feelings. I want everybody to be calm during a storm and not worry. I want everybody to understand the importance of reacting versus responding. So what do? I work on my head and on my heart daily, and then I come on the call and I give you guys my hand. But so many of us are not working enough on our head and our hearts, and we're trying to give people our hands, but it's not going to work like that. Because how can you help somebody else if you haven't helped yourself? How can you put a mask on someone else if you haven't put a mask on yourself? Right? Referring to the concept on the airplane. They always say, what do they always tell you to do on an airplane? Make sure that you put on your thing first before you help the next person. You have to make sure that you are good first. You got to make sure that your head is in the right place, right? How can you get somebody to see the vision if you don't see the vision? You know why people on my team follow me? You know why the leaders in my organization haven't left and only certain individuals left, but majority stayed? You know why I'm still a solid chairman in the organization and I've been able to stay as solid as I can? Is because of my clarity of vision. And because I have a clarity of vision, the leaders within the organization have a clarity of vision. So it doesn't matter what shiny object comes, they're clear on what we said we were going to do. I can't give somebody clarity of vision if I don't have clarity of vision. The reason why other leaders and their teams are leaving is because they lack clarity. And you can't fake that. You can't fake that you got the vision. You can't fake that. People know, like, yo, this person has the vision, this person doesn't. People know my vision is solid, clear, because I've been working on my head for the last 3 years. If I wasn't working on it, people would have realized, yo, Neno's vision is a little shaky, it's blurry. We out of here. We need somebody with good vision. We're talking about people's lives, people's futures. We're talking about breaking generational curses, creating generational wealth. People are not going to follow somebody and put their lives, put their family's life on somebody with no vision. They're out. They're gone if you lack vision. This is not a game, right, Brando? This is not a game. This is real life. So it's important that your vision is clear. That's why the work every day is so important. That's why I tell you guys, you can't afford to slip up. You have people counting on you. You got family counting on you. You have mentees counting on you. You have students. You have people looking up to you. How dare you fold? How dare you not show up? How dare you allow your situations to affect your service? Imagine if I allowed all the problems that happen in my life to affect the service that I give on mornings. Imagine if I canceled mornings with Neno every time I went through something. We'd barely have mornings with Neno. If I allowed everything that I went through in business and life and relationships and everything stop me from jumping on mornings with Neno, we would maybe jump on mornings with Neno a few times a week. And nobody would ever get on because why? It's not consistent. People will notice like, yo, something's wrong with Neno. And when I do show up, I'm not going to show up as my best self because guess what? I'm allowing the outside circumstances to affect my peace. But because my vision is clear, I know that my vision is above this business, is above a company, it's above money. My vision is God's vision. Like I told you guys in the past, I don't have confidence. I have Godfidence. It's a difference. I see above all the BS that other people fall for. I see above all of that stuff. It's like you looking from the top. It's like I have the eagle's view. I'm like, okay, I can see why this is happening. I understand why this is happening. I know why this person left, why that's happening. I can see it all. And I know how to make the right decisions, which goes to your head. It all has to do with this. It all goes coincide. Making the right decisions, making the right sound decisions. But how can you make the right sound decisions if you're not good up here? It'll never happen. And then we go to your heart, which is understanding your intuition, connecting yourself with the source, understanding the feelings that you have within inside of you. This is the game changer right here. The feelings. We talked about this yesterday, your heart space. We said it was 5,000 more powerful than the mind space. 5,000. It happens. And it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Remember, guys, this game is a marathon. Okay? Somebody asked in the chat, do you know why some leaders left? It's a marathon. That's why leaders left. Think about it. Some leaders, right? Some people weren't ready for the marathon. Some people quit at mile 1. Some people quit at mile marker 5, 10, 15. We still running. It's a marathon. I'm not gonna quit after mile 1, after mile 2, mile 5. Bro, we running this. I'm not worried about this is not a race for me. You know what's funny? You know what, and it's so funny, guys, when people say it's a marathon, not a race. It's not a race, it's a marathon, or it's not a sprint, whatever. You know when I realized that for real? Because when you're in business, you join, and there's certain times when you're in business that you look left, you look right, and you're like, this person passed me up. This person is way ahead of me. All the people that I look left, look right, that were ahead of me, they're all gone, and I'm still running. Isn't that crazy how that works? At one point, I was worried. I'm like, how did they pass me up so fast? And what are they doing that I'm not doing? And how can I get faster? And what am I lacking? And it's so funny because everyone that I was focused on that went ahead, now I'm ahead because I stayed. They left, they folded. So it's so perfect because I'm like, everybody's like, oh my God, people are leaving. I'm like, yes. Because guess what? Now it's my turn. It's my turn now. And when I go up there and I'm staying. I'm there to stay. Don't ever look, guys, never look at things as a bad. Always look at everything as a blessing. This is your time now to be the face. This is your time now to step up. This is your time now to be the next big leader in your city. And this is so important. Now, you think about it. You get your head in the right place. You get your heart in the right place. And then what you do is you offer your hand. You offer the hand. And you help other people. You do what you're supposed to do, which is serve. Every single one of us, all right? I read the book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Okay. Our purpose, he says it in the book. He says, our purpose on earth is to live God's purpose, which is to help God's children find themselves. And how do you find yourself? You find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of other people. Funny how that thing all correlates, right? It's funny how that all correlates. I'm listening to this stuff and it's making it hits a little different for me because I've been studying this for a while now. Think about that. Our purpose is to help. We got to help God we got to help God's children who are lost find themselves. That's one of our purpose. A lot of God's children on this earth are lost. They're lost. They don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what a clarity of vision is. Their heart is not in the right place. I want you guys to understand this. You guys look around, and I don't even have to tell you guys this. You guys are good. So when I mention you guys, right? When I say people, I'm not talking about you on this call. You good. You on this call. You solid. You are part of a very exclusive organization. But you got to think about it, guys. Look around. Look at some of your old friends, co-workers, some of your family. Think about what I just went up. Do you think their head and hearts are in the right place? And are they even offering their hand to help other people? We are talking about true purpose, true change, things that can really, really help you in life. I'm telling you, this is so important that you guys understand that. So get your head in the right place, get your heart in the right place, and then offer the hand. Because the key here is to put others on. And what if I would have just kept all this information to myself? Think about it. The moment that Matt taught me the other thing the other day on Wednesday, the next day I came and taught it right away. Literally. Chele put this video on yesterday. I came in the next day, taught it right away. Because I'm all about serving. I'm all about, man. It's so funny because look at how selfless I am. The moment I learn something, I don't even think about, yo, what is this going to do for me? I think about, yo, I got to put my family on Mornings with Neno tomorrow. That was my first thought. When I learned this, I'm like, yo, I got to teach the family tomorrow. I didn't even think about, yo, I got to learn this. No. I got to teach the family. I got to let the family know about this. Because that's the key. You guys have no idea how much I think about our family. I'm always thinking about how to improve our family, how to get ourselves to the next level, how I can become better, how I'm leading by example. I do everything in my power to make sure that I'm the best example for my family. Am I perfect? No. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Am I still figuring it out? Absolutely. Is it hard? Yes. But guess what? Every day I'm going to move forward. Every day I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to work. Because remember this, guys. Passion is for you. This is my passion. But my purpose is for others. Make sure you remember that. Your passion is for you. That's for you. What you love to do. Your purpose is for others. Luckily, Mornings with Neno is my passion and my purpose. I've been blessed. I love this business. I love speaking. I love helping others. And this helps me serve my purpose because I'm helping you guys as much as I can in every way that I can, whether it's with a book recommendation, whether it's with a technique, with an idea, with a quote. I'm doing what I can every day to help you guys as much as I can. And hope that one day you guys truly apply this information and see that what it did for me, it can also do it for you. And I know that there's a lot of leaders out there and a lot of stuff that happens out there that are not really doing this for the right reasons. But the good thing is that you guys will know that you guys at least have one person, one leader in your life that's always doing it for the right purpose. That's always doing it for something bigger than just money or a car or a rank. Because if it was about money, ranks, and all of that stuff, trust me, it would have been done, because I've seen many morning calls that have been started and are no longer here. And they are no longer here. Many morning calls that have tried to duplicate what we've done here, and it's very hard to do so because not everybody can do this. You have to be a true selfless leader. You have to really have a passion for this. You have to really be walking in your purpose for you to be able to do this for the time that we've done it. And like Bird Talk said, if it was about money, we would have been done. It would have been over. If it was about money, I'd have been like, yo, I don't get paid for this. I'm out of here. But no, it wasn't for me. It wasn't even about the money. From day one, it wasn't about it. From day one. And I don't say that to brag, and I don't say that to make myself seem like I'm better than anybody at all. No. I do it so that you guys can see and I can be an example for how you guys should do things in the future. For your friends, for your family, for your teams, for your organizations. It doesn't matter that we have 5, 6 different companies and we have all kind of people from all over the world, different countries, different races, different colors, you name it, there's on this call. You guys want to see how diversified we are? Guys, really quick, type in the chat box what city, what country you're calling in from right now. What city, what country you calling in from right now? Type it in the chat box. Right? You guys are gonna see right now. Look at where everybody's calling in from. Look, we got San Diego, we got LA, we got Vegas, we got Toronto, we got Brooklyn, we got let me see, New York, Miami, North Carolina, Florida, BX, Minnesota in the building, Birmingham, Pittsburgh, Alabama, Maryland, Brooklyn in the building. We got Jamaica in the building. Okay, where else we got in here? We got Sacramento, we got Bristol, Raleigh, North Carolina, Connecticut, Atlanta, Georgia. We got Egypt in the building. We have India in the building. We have Mexico in the building, Dominican Republic in the building. Okay, we got Bogota, all the way, my sis Gabriela calling in from Bogota, Colombia. More India, more Cancun, more Egypt, Netherlands, Tennessee, Germany in the building, Mississippi, Puerto Rico in the building, Romania in the building, okay? Naples, but from Russian, right? We got everybody from all over. We got people from all over. Let me see right here on Instagram. We got people on Instagram from California, Utah, Birmingham, UK, Mississippi, Canada, Miami, more Germany, right? More Miami. We got people from all over. Look at this. And if we talk about races and, backgrounds and our ethnicities, put some ethnicities in the chat box. What are you guys? I'm Dominican, right? What are you guys? Where are you guys from in terms of background, ethnicities, however it is? Look, we got Haitians, we got Puerto Ricans. What else we got in here? Puerto Rican, look, DR, Serbian, Mexican, Cuban. We got Black, we got Foundation Black American, Haitian, Dominicans, Jamaican, Cuban, Black British, Puerto Rican, Native American, Colombian, El Salvador, more Mexican, right? Native and Mexican, Indian, Chicano. My goddaughter is a Chicana, I would say. What we call them, chaparritas? Chaparrita. My goddaughter is half chaparrita, half Dominican, Irish, right? Filipino, Spaniard, Chinese, right? So just look at the diversity that we have in here. Arabs, Romanian, Guyanese, Filipino, right? This is what it's about. Look at this, guys. Look at what we're doing. From all walks of life. Doesn't matter if we were white, Black, Spanish, Asian, you name it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what city we're from. Every day we serve. Every day we serve. Look at how many of us are in alignment. Look, guys, there's people on this call that are from the same cities, same countries, and same background as some of you guys. Look at the impact that we are having all around the world. Imagine if we just all accepted our roles and our purpose on this earth and we started to serve. Look at the impact that we'll make in all the different countries. We can literally touch the whole world with just the people on this call. If you sit down and really think about that, we can literally touch the world. We can literally touch the world with what we're doing here. The whole world will know who we are as a family. And that's what we need to do, guys. Everybody needs to know what we're doing. Everybody needs to know that. Remember, guys, this information isn't mine. This is ours. Okay. Yes, I'm blessed and grateful that I get to teach it. But remember, this information is ours. You can literally, I know people that take what I teach and they go run businesses off of what I teach. They go run businesses, calls, trainings, you name it is there. This is so important. Okay. And look, this is what I want us to do. All right. I want you guys to do this real quick. All right. And the only reason why I say this is because I want to be able to potentially get Jay Shetty on Mornings with Nano. The only way we're going to be able to do it is if we call his attention. All right. I want you guys to use the quote, the one that I started this call with, which was the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. You can tag me, but also tag Jay Shetty on it as well. Because if we have 50 to 100 people tag him, he's going to see that. He's going to be like, wait, what happened? What did I do that, my story shares are at 100 plus? And he's going to wonder, yo, how was it? How is it that this is happening? Who is this guy? Why, how does he have all of these people? And think about how dope it'll be to have Jay Shetty. Honestly, guys, if you really think about it, and it's something that I've talked about in the past, we could possibly get any speaker we want to jump on Mornings with Nano if we just attack them like with comments and likes. And what's his at? What is his at Jay Shetty? Just Jay Shetty. JAYSHETTY at Jay Shetty. Nano say Jahin to him and he'll be on the call. Jahin. What does Jahin means? Does that means like hello, or we need to get ET? We could get anybody. If you think about it, you name it, we should just do it. We should do our best to see how if we could really do it. And I think we could get literally anybody we want. We could get anyone we want. We could get Eric Thomas for sure. The thing with Eric Thomas is that he be charging a lot of money. But you never know, like these people might want to just jump on just to serve. Be like, bro, look, I'll tell them like, yo, look, our community is a community where you come in to serve. It's not about money. It's not about this. I don't do this for money, so I don't got nothing to give you. But we're all about this, blah, 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 blah. And boom. And that'll be the hustle right there. That'll be the hustle right there. We'll let them know, like, yo, look, this is what it is, my family. This is what it costs. It's just collaboration for us to help us serve our purpose. And we could get anybody we want. So tag him, put the quote, put us together, tag this video, let them know that we do this, and we can have whatever. Remember, we can be, do, or have anything we want. We can be, do, or have anything we want. And honestly, at this point, 3 years in the game, bro, it would be an honor for us to start getting big names on these calls. We have to. It's what we should do. If you think about it, we gotta find a way to spice it up a little bit. We gotta find a way to, expand, and people need to know the information that we are sharing on these calls. People need to know this information. People need to know about the head, the heart, and the hand. People need to know about the stuff that we teach. So we're gonna definitely start. I want to see if I could potentially get a big speaker to come on the 3-year anniversary, which is June 20th, which lands on a June 20th lands on a Monday. Thank God. Monday. Woof, it'll be a Monday. That call's gonna be lit. All right. Perfect. So, guys, with that being said, that was today's call. Um, it's been an amazing, amazing, amazing week. One of my favorite weeks, to be honest. Which one of the trainings on this week was your favorite? Was it day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5? My favorite, to be honest, was yesterday's day 4. I know a lot of people like day 3, which was fixed versus growth. Monday, I can't remember what we talked about. Can't remember what we talked about day 2, but I remember the last 2 for sure. Oh, the 10 disciplines. Yep. The self-discipline one. That one was good. That was on Tuesday. What did we do on Monday? What was day 1? If you guys could give me a reminder. Silence is precious. Yes, silence is precious was good. Silence is precious was a good one. So we did silence is precious. We did self-discipline. We did fixed versus growth, and we did the 2 ways to manifest. And then today, I really, really like the silence is precious one, and I really liked yesterday's a lot. Not that I didn't like today's, but for some reason, like yesterday, it was just something about yesterday that just hit different. You know, it was awesome. So, this one was dope. I know fixed versus growth was a top one for sure. That one was really, really good. I'm so happy that you guys liked it. KV Ward doesn't charge much. Get him while prices are low. Facts. We're gonna have to get my boy KV while he's low. But the whole week was fire, fam. So it was awesome. So just put some 555s in the chat box because all of them was fire. And it's hard because now look, now I gotta come back next week with even more fire because next week is my birthday. Next week we gotta up it. I gotta do better next week than we did this week. So that's the beautiful thing about it. That's the challenge, and that's what I love about it, fam. So I hope you guys are vibrating high. Get yourself ready for the summer. Something that somebody reminded me of over the week was, this is a great time for you guys also as well. During the end of this week is to really start doing some evaluations of how far you've come up until this very moment. What adjustments you're gonna make heading into the months of June, July, and August? What are some things that you did well the first 5 months, and what are some things that you're gonna do well? What are some things that you're gonna improve on this summer? Because this summer is gonna be a summer of growth, a summer of elevation, and I'm just super, super excited for it, guys. So please remember, tag me on a post of me and Jay Shetty together. We're gonna let them know that we are excited to have them on the call and just see if we could potentially have them on a call sometime this summer. And then what we'll do is we'll just start, if it works, not if, when it works, right? We'll just start, picking other people. Boom. Yo, here. What's good? ET. Yo, Les Brown. I could potentially get Les Brown because I know somebody who's connected with him. But we just got to get out there and really start to, celebrities, bro. We could get celebrities easy. You know how many celebrities would love to jump on a call and talk about mindset for an hour, for 45 minutes? Easy. They would love to do it. They'd love to. So big things coming, fam. I love you guys a lot. I hope you guys really, really have a great rest of your, day and the rest of your weekend. But big things coming for this family. I love you guys a lot. Let's do a really quick prayer over the family and let's get it rocking. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with another beautiful day filled with your grace and filled with your abundance. We are so thankful to wake up on this Friday. Because you woke us up, we know that you are not done working on us. Today, God, I just want to say thank you. This whole week has been incredible. We've learned so much this week, and we just want to say thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for always leading the way and being a great example for all of us to follow. Thank you for giving us the strength that we need to show up every single day. Thank you for allowing us to make the right decisions that are leading to the right things that we got to do, that really aligned with our purpose, which is the most important thing. And every day we are just so thankful because we know we're walking in our purpose. We're walking in the purpose that you gave us, God. And we are just so thankful to be able to help others become the best version of themselves. But every day we are also working on ourselves because we understand that we have to be the change that we want to see in others. So we just want to thank you for everything, God. Thank you for our families. Thank you for courage. Thank you for our health. Thank you for continuously being there for us through the ups, through the downs. Thank you for the challenges, God. Also, thank you for the challenges that you put in our lives that help us grow and help us become better versions of ourselves. Nothing ever goes unnoticed. We understand that everything that you do for us is always for a bigger purpose than what it is that we see on the surface level, God. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't really want to ask for anything today, God. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. We love you so much. You're the best. There's nobody better than you, God. We love you. We appreciate you. You are the greatest. Let's go out there and have a great weekend. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right. So we are so thankful for all of you guys. I am thankful for this family. I am thankful for everything that is happening each and every single day. I am thankful for Instagram. I am thankful for my mornings with Nano family. I am thankful for all of your health, your protection. We have the best leader in the world, and it's our God, and he's the best, and there's nobody better. And he has literally changed all of our lives. And we are just so thankful. I love that Smile, Love, Succeed calls me Nenito. It reminds me of Janelli's, because my sis, she always calls me Nenito, and Matt always calls me Nenito as well. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your day. Please, all right, like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications. If you follow me on Instagram at Long Live Nano, that is my only Instagram. I do not have other Instagrams. I will never ask you for money. I will never, ever ask you how's your trade going. All right. None of that. Okay. I want to make sure I only have one Instagram at Long Live Nano. There is no spaces. There is no extra letters. There is no dots, periods, hyphens, none of that. It is just Long Live Nano. My Twitter is Live Love Nano. And if you guys want to listen to my podcast, you can find it on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and SoundCloud. You can just look it up, Mornings with Nano. Show love, leave a review, leave a comment. If you guys want to listen to it over the thing, please do. And I'm super thankful for all of you guys. All right. So I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Let's run it. Let's go. Have a blessed weekend, fam.